Well, welcome back to the Men's European Cup 2018 gold medal final. And the lovely Beatrix. Joining me is the gorgeous Very Cherry.
Hello.
With the knowledgeable Riggs on production. And we are straight back into the next jam. It is Fish coming up against Blitzkrieg. Fish, your lead jammer for New World Order.
Yeah, lovely explosive start there from New World Order. As we said, both teams kind of needed that half time, I think, just to chill themselves down a little bit. And I'm pretty sure you folks at home could see that we were treated to a Roller Polar Bear special, a crowd rendition of Total Eclipse of the Heart. It was beautiful.
Maybe it's a trademark. 4 points picked up for New World Order, though, in that first jam of the second half. 53 plays 102. We've got a 51-point differential going into this second half now.
New World Order have got Lieutenant Dan up on the jam line up against Fluke. New World Order, also have the pack advantage. Thank you, B. As we see Brains and Billy sat in the penalty box. Lieutenant Dan probably didn't need the pack advantage, but he's damn well using it.
Hey, you know, if it's there, take it. Why not?
That is my way I look at a buffet.
Well, Lieutenant Dan escorted off the track, but comes in, no pass, no point, no penalty. Calls off the jam before Blitzkrieg able to score. So let's see what that does. 3 points picked up by New World Order and nil point for SDRD. So New World Order, perhaps their strategy right now is to chip away at that lead as much as possible. Put the pressure on Southern Discomfort Roller Derby and see what happens.
Yeah, also bit of clever play, icing players in the box. Do have to say Manchester do seem to be doing this a little bit more. But if in doubt, get Reaper out, jump the apex, job done, everyone cheer, happy Christmas.
Happy Mechmas indeed. Scrimley still on his initial pass as Reaper comes into turn 3 on a scoring pass. Little jump at the apex, landed it not quite right. He's forced to recycle back to turn 3 and Scrimley makes it out of the pack on that initial. But Reaper, with that excellent awareness, calls off the jam and denies New World Order opportunities to score while picking up 4 points for SDRD.
One of my good league mates at CCR Woo did say to me, is it a mech if you don't see Reaper do an apex jump, land it on his knee, cruise through the inside and then go for it again?
Well, there you go. Our mech has been made finally in this gold medal game.
If you are playing mech bingo while watching this, I'm pretty sure you have ticked off many of your boxes.
I didn't know I had boxes to tick, but here we are. Rufio with the star for New World Order. Chronic for SDRD, but it is Rufio, your lead jammer.
That's wrong, babe. It's Shank.
Oh, thanks, babe.
I was like, what's Chronic? I'm not saying Chronic can't do a good jam,
Just
but
saying.
I was a touch surprised.
Rufio takes a big hit and jam is called. Wheels are lost on track.
Oh, Sutton, that again.
And Rufio actually having to have a quick check over. Let's just check out his lead, though, here. You see Shank goes up the outside line, but Rufio takes it inside, moves outside, puts on that burst of speed into turn 2 to grab lead.
That was pretty tasty, that was. Like cold pizza the next day. Lovely and tasty.
We come from different planets, babe. Team timeout has been called. Big opportunity for us to say thank you to our sponsors, RollerDerbyCity.com. Team uniforms, apparel and team merchandise, they've got you covered. RollerDerbyCity.com, thank you so much for sponsoring Men's European Cup 2018.
It looks like we are also seeing a little bit of injury for Robert the Bruise, who's been having an absolute cracker of a game. I think him and Rufio together it was the same impact, wasn't it? So now they're sat together with the medics, being looked after, and our medics, I have to say, have been doing a fantastic job here at MEC, making sure all of our skaters safe, happy, and back on their skates. I do think ice pack consumption has gone up somewhat in Newcastle this weekend, but good to see everybody back up on their skates, and we will bring you the information about Rufio and Robert as soon as we've got it.
Sharp spike in sales. We'd like to say thank you to our medical staff, Events Medical Team Saltney, They have returned to the Walker Activity Dome yet again to provide excellent high-quality medical cover. Their service and attitude is second to none, and they are appreciated for the commitment and passion they have for Men's European Cup and roller derby in general. Keep up the good work, Events Medical Team Saltney. You guys have an army of friends both on and off the track. Events Medical Team Saltney is specialists in event first aid and medical cover and cover all types of events regardless of size.
Alrighty then, so we are still in a official timeout while we get some official stuff sorted. Sorry, I thought I'd have some information there to say, but instead I just waffled on.
That's great. Official timeout for official things.
Meanwhile, the crowd are doing what the crowd know to do best, and it is the last clap game. Sounds a little bit like something from university, but it is not. It's basically people seeing if they can do the last clap before the jam starts. Oh, we're so hilarious, aren't we?
Do you know, it's like the internet wasn't invented. 2 points in that last jam was picked up by New World Order, takes their score to 58. SDRD on 106. Rufio has returned to bench. So has Robert for SDRD. Yes. So game is on. It's Fish coming up against Skelton.
It's not. That's Jam Master J.
I'm so glad that you've got eyes. Fish at the front of this pack in turn one, up against Illbilly.
Yeah, lovely defensive duo at the front there. Fish kind of looks like he's kind of tickling Billy. I don't know if that's a tactic. Alien coming out of nowhere to do some offense, doing some office. Doing some Microsoft Office while he's at the front. And Jam Master J just sneaking around that outside. Everyone thought he was Skelton, but he is not.
Well, that took 30 seconds for lead jammer to be called, thanks to that beautiful defensive work from SDRD. But as you said, Alien Al coming in and running disruption of that wall really helps bring his jammer free. New World Order picking up 4 points. SDRD picking up 1 though, so 62 plays 107.
25 minutes left to go in this final half of the final game here at the final mech that we will be having here at the Activity Dome. I think we might see 1 or 2 tears being shed at the end of the game. You don't need me to tell you because you've all got Facebook and stuff. We do have a few retirements today. So yeah, I think we might see a little tear, a little bit of Celine Dion going on.
Well, Fluke certainly won't be tearing up as he picks up lead jammer for SDRD. Lieutenant Dam in the mix, trying to get through on his initial. But Fluke is coming in about half a lap behind here to a scoring pass. Everybody hits the deck as Fluke comes in, finds space on the outside line, picks up points. Lieutenant Dan completing his initial start in hand. And Fluke, with beautiful awareness, calls off that jam, denies opportunity for New World Order, and puts 5 on the board for Southern Discomfort.
And we see one of Southern Discomfort sat in the C-suit penalty box. So New World Order, we're screaming as the jammer, do have pack advantage at the moment. Now, we were starting to see New World Order giving away quite a few penalties. We did see in that last half B, was it 14 to SDRD, 16 to New World Order, but within this second half, I think SDRD have been racking up a few more penalties. They're going to want to clean that up if they want to take home the coveted gold medal.
Absolutely. Well, Scrimley is a lead jammer and working towards that coveted gold medal status. We have Blitzkrieg in hot pursuit here as Scrimley comes in, hits the wall of black, knocked inside, recycled back behind Illbilly. Blitzkrieg passes through the pack like a breeze. Scrimley forced to reset, does find the space but meets Illbilly at the top of the apex just into turn 4, slowed down but not deterred. This time though, Blitzkrieg on a second scoring pass finds the space, picks up points, and Scrimley checks in with the bench, told to keep running it long here. 2 penalties, 2 blockers in the penalty box for MRD. Means Blitzkrieg finds a way to sneak through. Not every line covered on this track. Scrimley escorted outside by Illbilly. Blitzkrieg coming in on a 3rd scoring pass, Cherry.
Beautiful work there from Blitzkrieg. I was just soaking it in and enjoying it. Wonderful toe-stop work there from Blitzkrieg. He really is a powerhouse of a jammer.
Super powerhouse. Oh my God, with the last late hit, doesn't land it the way he'd like. And Scrimley forced to call off that jam. We're going to see the Blitzkrieg apex jump right now in this replay.
And Blitzkrieg riding up the crowd in the SDRD favour. They are so happy with their performance so far today. 130 points picked up by the Knights of Discomfort. 69 points on the MRD scoreboard. We keep wanting to put extra numbers in and letters and things.
Give them all the letters. You just saw that Blitzkrieg apex jump just dissolving, if you will, dismissing the defense from Scooby on that apex. But we are resetting into the next jam. Frogzilla comes up against Shank McCoy. Shank McCoy reaches out first of all, picks up lead. Frogzilla caught in the mix. Turn 1, a sticky place to be right now.
It is indeed.
Finally finds his way out, but a whole lap behind.
Yeah, some beautiful work there from Smack Bauer, helping him get out of the mix there. Massive hit onto Shank McCoy from Shrooms Recycling to the back of the pack. Shank is lead, so could call this off if he wanted to.
Shrooms gives a helping hand to Fogzilla, but that gives opportunity for SDRD's blockers to pick him up. And this time now, Shank's at the back of the pack. Frogzilla coming in. The call goes out to call it off. Does he do it in time, though? Let's check in with those scores here.
That was, just while we're doing that, just quick shout out to really clever benching there for SDRD. Shank was running it long to clear the box out, cleared it within literally a millisecond, getting everybody out so we can have another full party on the track.
Got to do what you got to do, babes. 2 points picked up by Southern Discomfort. 4 points, though, for New World Order. 73 plays 1-3-2. 60-point lead now in favour of Southern Discomfort.
Beautiful offense there from Horn Dog up the inside, literally leaving like a cheese slice for Reaper to come up and grab lead jammer there. That's the Reaper we know and love, and it is wonderful to see him back on the track because he has been off for a little bit. So hello, Reaper. Hello.
That run of the outside line between jam and pivot line was fabulous. Comes in again. Same again, please. Which is what we get from Reaper. Fish, unable to get any traction here. Start in hand, completes his initial. But Reaper already coming in for a third scoring pass. Hits the wall of white up front. Chipped out by 747 Scooby. Calls off the jam with a wiggle.
See, as Fish came round there, he took the star off, but I'm like, we all know you're not going to pass it.
We're going to check out Reaper here and the work that he's doing.
Oh, cheese slice.
There you go. Who doesn't love a piece of cheese?
Oh, I'd love one right now.
143 to Southern Discomfort, 73 to New World Order.
But I have to say, this game has been pretty cracking, don't you think?
I agree.
Thank you,
wholeheartedly. Mate. Back on it, Jam 10, and it's Fish. Oh no, Lieutenant Dan, your lead jammer. Fluke in the mix still on this initial, knocked out, recycled all the way back by Shrooms as Lieutenant Dan comes in on a scoring pass.
Oh,
fabulous footwork, almost drifting through the pack there to grab those points for New World Order.
That was pretty tasty, I have to say, Dan. You can have that one.
New World Order come in, rush the pack, sweep to the outside. But Lieutenant Dan calls off the jam. Was it quick enough to stop the scoring from SDRD? Yes, it was. 7 points picked up by New World Order. Nil point for Southern Discomfort.
Yeah, lovely jam there for Manchester. They'll be pretty pleased with that. They'll be watching that one again on the replay, sending it to their mums and saying, I've done a lovely job. Just looking over, I can't see anyone in the Sisu penalty box. Looks like we've got a nice contingent of everybody out on the track. We've got Blitzkrieg up against Fogzilla, and Blitzkrieg just does what Blitzkrieg only knows how to do, and that is jump that apex while you weren't watching B, and now you've got stars in your eyes.
Cherry, I blinked and did not miss it. I caught it, which is why when you listen back to this, you'll hear that,
oh, Blitz.
Oh, Blitzkrieg. So 1-to-1 blocking here. Ilbilly off to the penalty box.
He knows.
Fogzilla trying to pass the star to 747. Scooby has done that. Has he done it sneakily enough, though? He has. Scooby out of the back. But it's up to Blitzkrieg now to play one-on-one jammer offense. 9 points on the board already for SDRD as Scooby comes in. Oh, and another crowd-pleasing apex jump.
Did the noise.
Blitzkrieg.
Did we not get the noise this time?
I was watching it. Let's watch this first apex jump. 14 points picked up by SDRD in this period of play. Here you can see from the lineup, Blitzkrieg comes in, huge jump.
Oh, it's like he jumped into the screen as well
It was fabulous. If only we could have it in 3D on repeat.
For life.
One blocker sat in the penalty box for SDRD. That is Illbilly.
He knows he did it. I don't know if you saw it on the screen. He hit one of the New World Order players, and I actually saw him go, I'm so sorry.
At least he's polite with it.
Not normally.
Oh.
Sorry. Got a bit rowdy then for no reason.
So it looks like an officials time out is happening.
No one's flashing. It must be the officials.
They're just doing some scoreboard and timing adjustments. 80 points for New World Order. Southern Discomfort now on 157. This is a 77-point differential with 14 points being picked up in that last period of play. Very cherry.
Thank you.
That's all right. I'm just giving you out all the maths. I have no idea how I am functioning at a mathematical level right now. But here we are. This is where we find ourselves. Rufio up against Shank McCoy. Oh, and beautiful sweep by Bosch to the outside. Clears the inside lane for Rufio to grab lead for New World Order.
Oh, big hit of the deck there. There's so many bodies hitting the deck. I can't shout them all out. But some lovely work here as we see Rufio literally climbing over the backside of Skelton, coming on through, and we are being treated to.
Well, Shank goes 1-on-1 with Shrooms at the front of the pack. Shrooms, though, has to let him go as he runs out of play, and Rufio calls the jam.
Beautiful bit of defence there from, we had Bruce and Skelton there doing some lovely defence. I enjoyed it like I'm enjoying this replay.
Look at this pivot tape back here. Beautiful work by SDRD's jammer. But then in comes 025 Bosch. And imagine that's the noise that was made when that hit was laid down. So 5 points picked up by New World Order, takes them to 85. SDRD on 157, please.
Sorry.
No, tell me.
I like it when people live up to their names.
Oh, yeah,
Bosch.
always. Okay, jamming. We've got Fish up against Reaper. And Reaper, for the first time this game, contained. And just as I say that, breaks free of the pack. Oh, my God. Last line of defense. But, oh, my God, with that big hit.
Reaper just adjusting his helmet there. Safety first, kids, every time.
Oh, but
there we go.
That time gets past Scooby, and Scooby having to do the double look to just check out where he'd gone. So Reaper coming in now on a scoring pass as Fish has completed his initial. Omar looking to go 1-on-1 with Reaper. Reaper, cognizant of the opposing jammer, calls off the jam. Let's look at that Omar hit.
Yeah, this is where we were like, everything's okay, Reaper, and then Omar comes into town. Ooh.
And Omar says, no, actually, nothing's okay.
Nothing.
Take this. 2 points, though, picked up by SDRD. So New World Order doing 1 point picked up by SDRD. So New World Order doing a great job at keeping that score low. 5 seconds is called. Shane Nisbet back in the penalty box, in the Caesar mouthguard penalty box. Coming into the second half, he was on 3 points. Lieutenant Dan, lead jammer for New World Order, Cherry.
Yeah, Lieutenant Dan really doing the business at this tournament. Grabs lead, hits everybody, chaos everywhere, but Dan just slithers on through like a sneaky python.
Ooh, sneaky pythons everywhere. Fluke makes it out on his initial as Lieutenant Dan coming in for a second scoring pass, finds resistance on the inside line just by turn 3, checks in and calls off the jam.
And a very nice round of applause for Dan from the audience. Everyone's got ever so polite.
Well, we are British. 5 points picked up by New World Order. I mean, majoritively in the crowd right now. 90 points in total. Southern Comfort. Oh, Southern Comfort.
If only, mate.
Hey, wouldn't you? Southern Discomfort roller derby on 159. That's a 69-point lead. 13 minutes 55 left of the second half, and we've got a team timeout happening. And that is going to Southern Discomfort.
Don't know what I'm looking at, really. I'm trying to look at something to be like, ooh, this is happening.
How about you look at us? I think this is perfect. So, I don't know if you can hear the crowd in the arena, but I'd really like you to right now, as we do have a pretty full house here.
Yeah, it's wonderful to see. Thank you, everyone, for coming to join us here today. They can't hear it. They'll never know that we praise them unless they watch this again. But the crowd really are going absolutely bananas. We've got our wonderful house announcers, Bear and Claire Bear, if you will, getting everybody all juicy for this last quarter.
And it really is a tasty game that we're seeing here.
Tastier than toast, B.
Honestly, and I love toast.
And me too.
We're seeing Southern Discomfort leading by 70. Well, you can tell we love toast, babe. Carbs in it.
And butter.
70%. 70-point lead by SDRD. I've got words and I know how to use them.
Do it. Use it.
But the action out on track is phenomenal. Both teams absolutely going hammer and tongue, if you will.
Nice.
Yeah, into this game. And certainly not giving up. We're seeing a lot of those great apex jumps, but some beautiful footwork as well. Let's see what happens as we dance into this jam. Scrimley up against Jam Master J. And that was Scrimley with the knockout onto Jam Master J. Both jammers resetting back into this pack. New World Order trying to surround and contain Jam Master J. We know he's a jumpy jammer. Scrimley looking to stay upright and inbounds. That's denied. Forced to come back into the three-wall triangle of doom that is SDRD. Gazuka now last line of defense against Jam Master J, joined by, oh my god, but Jam Master J, your lead jammer for SDRD.
B, that last bit of play was so freaking tight. We had literally 20 seconds of no one moving off the pivot line. Then we saw Omar just showing us the defense that man can bring us. But SDRD ripped it apart and Jam Master J grabbed lead. But Billy says call it off, so he does because he's obedient.
Well, he went 1-on-1 again with Omar, but then managed to just scooch around the outside. The outside line left slightly open, which gave them opportunities and 5 further points for SDRD. Hugs on the jammer line right now.
Oh.
That's the content I'm here for. Fogzilla 021 with the star for New World Order, and that looks like...
Pretty undeniable that is Reaper.
Look
at the beard.
I was just going to introduce properly, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll just assume. Reaper at the back of this pack. Recycled. Comes through. Picks up lead. Fogzilla may not be hugging anymore.
Yeah, he's given that up now. Lovely bit of offense there for Smackbauer. Getting Fogzilla around the outside. Chronic desperately trying to use those flowy red shorts as a bit of defense there. But lovely jamming from both teams.
Oh, and Shrooms with that huge hit out. Reaper resets. And Shrooms actually, I think, just taking his eye off it for a second there.
I thought the jam had finished. Shows how much I'm listening.
I think there was a little bit of that. So points on the board for both teams. 4 apiece as Reaper comes in for this scoring pass. Calls off the jam the moment his hips come near New World Order, but does not pick up any further points. So an even Stevens jam, Very Cherry.
Oh, I do love it when it's even. Everyone gets a bit. No one misses out.
Yeah, it's like school sports day, isn't it?
Is it?
Everybody gets a medal.
Ooh.
94 plays 168, 11 minutes left. I assume. I don't know.
It's not for me, mate.
I was always smoking behind the bike sheds at my
I was quite
school
good at
sports
the egg and spoon because it had a food element. I mean, I did eat the egg as well, which I'm not sure if you meant to.
Fish versus Blitzkrieg. Not sure who's going to eat this egg, but Fish takes the outside line. Oh, just chipped off, though. Forced to recycle back, but as is Blitzkrieg. Gazuka coming in and just giving some quick offense, which absolutely supports Fish, Cherry.
Literally, who is eating an egg? Where's the egg gone?
Well, Blitzkrieg also makes it out. No lead jammer. This is going to be a 2-minute jam.
Oh, you could boil an egg in that time,
You
babe.
could, babes. Fish through the pack picks up 4 points. Blitzkrieg also coming in. Shrugs off the sweep from MRD's blockers. Yet again, even Stevens on the points here. And as we said, full 2 minutes, so we've got a minute plus left of this jam. Fish knocked back and recycled to turn 4. Cherry.
Yes, what I was going to say is, and then I took a deep breath and it went weird, is, yes, this is a full 2 minute jam. But both teams are going to have to not get too aggy, I think is a good word to use.
Not get too feisty.
Yeah, because we don't want to see those penalties racking up, do we?
No.
I do quite like what Blitz just did, though, on the floor.
Cleaning up after himself, it's beautiful.
Bless him.
Fish in the mixing, getting beaten down on by the SDRD blockers, but New World Order's blockers purely concentrating on trying to keep Blitzkrieg at bay. Blitzkrieg on his 4th scoring pass though now, 17 points in his pocket, only 4 to New World Order. They're tantalising close to that 100 mark, and Fish makes it through on another scoring pass.
Sutton literally taking out anyone in his path. Man, woman, child, dog, animal, dinosaur. Everyone is getting off this track when Sutton is in town.
There are a lot of dogs here as well. They should be careful. Has been last line of defence. Or knee fence. It's up to you.
Whatever.
Yeah.
On the fence.
I'm often on the fence. Fish picking up those points. Checks in with the clock. And jam comes to an end. We're going to see Blitzkrieg staying upright and in bounds here on this replay.
Is this where he cleans the floor?
It is.
Is it?
So there you go. Takes the hit one-handed. But that's still in bounds, baby. Grabs those points and calls and continues on his way. So a 21-point jam for SDRD. 12 points for New World Order. It's pleasing because it's a...
Taco cat.
Thank you. 106 New World Order now over that century mark. Where's my hand slap? Oh, God.
That was a bit rubbish. Should we do it again?
Oh,
that's better.
Oh, dear. 189 for Southern Discomfort.
These are the things I have to do to entertain Cherry in the corner.
It's hard, but somebody's going to do it. Rufio with the star for New World Order. Shanks for Southern Discomfort. And Shanks pushing out forwards. Shrooms and
Skelton
up front.
All the S's.
Shrooms last line of defence, just working one-on-one. What a masterclass. But Shank is through and lead jammer 30 seconds into this jam.
Yeah, so absolutely beautiful work here from all of the skaters, and I'm loving me a bit of Shrooms at the front, but this is an SDRD power jam for Shank McCoy to absolutely jump the apex and grab some points. Oh, he's obedient as well, isn't he?
Well, this is wonderful work. We see Rufio back on track and in play, jumping through the pack to try and catch up and complete that initial. Shanks checking in with the bench. Steve will shout call it, and everybody literally wants to call it. Let's watch that Shanks apex jump. I'm calling it, Steve.
Honest. Where is he?
Oh, here you see it. Coming round into turn one. Beautiful work. 5 further points picked up by SDRD. Takes their score to 194. New World Order 106. 7 minutes left of this game, Very Cherry.
Where's Blitz to clean the track up? We've had to get one of our wonderful volunteers to do it.
Unbelievable.
Oh, Blitz, get your mop out. rinse your...
And just a quick check-in here, because I think that there is a little bit of something on the track. So the wonderful Nurgle also doing a little bit of that work, whilst also keeping everybody in check. Thanks, officials. We are about to dance straight back into the action. Cherry, though, is too busy laughing at her own jokes. Imagine a night at a comedy club with her. Fogzilla with the staff of New World Order. Fluke, though, pushing up front against this 3-wall. As jammer for SDRD, Illbilly coming in to offer up some very proactive offense. Oh, beautiful work by Scooby as that chip out, but does not manage to slow or stop. And it is SDRD with the lead jammer status once again, Cherry.
Beautiful work there from SDRD. Literally every one of them having to go up against Fogzilla at least 3 times to secure that no pass, as Fogzilla's been recycled to the back of the pack, cutting it a touch fine on the outside there. And we've had a star pass over to Scooby. And Scooby is one of those pivots who is always the recipient of the star.
Oh, always the bridesmaids, never the bride. You know, Fluke checks in with the bench, calls off the jam.
Not sure what you're doing, mate, but go for it.
3 points picked up by SDRD, taking them to 197. Close now, Cherry, to the 200 mark.
There's definitely been some ghost blockers here this weekend, B. Just knocking down players in their spirited way. Ooh.
That's interesting. Thanks for your contribution to this gold medal game. Back to the action, Lieutenant Dan up against Reaper. Oh, Lieutenant Dan, be still my beating heart. Finds that inside line, no problem. Reaper now against Shrooms and finds the space, but almost a full lap behind as Lieutenant Dan picks up speed. We're near the apex. Will he jump? Little hop, skip, and a jump. Perfectly timed. And calls off the jam. We're going to see Lieutenant Dan's lead gain right here in the replay, Cherry.
Hello. So he's like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I'll jump up the outside. Inside. The other one.
Well, there was a bit of argy-bargy off the jammer line, but Reaper was in the inside originally, then took that outside, and that meant that SDRD had actually left that inside line free and clear for Lieutenant Dan to take full advantage. Oh, well done him. 4 points picked up by New World Order. Takes them to 110. SDRD 197, 4 minutes 52 left. Cherry, who've we got jamming?
We have got Jam Master J on the jam line for SDRD and jamming for Manchester. It is Fish. Lead has been given to no one just yet.
Oh, Fish pushing out here. One left to pass, number 7.
Big hit on Horn Dog there from Fish. Makes easy work of it. Dog versus Fish. Only one can survive, and this time it was Fish.
Well, swimming through that pack will do that for you.
Yes. Nice contribution.
Try my best. Try my best. Fish hits the pack, calls off the jam. Huge hit on 1-0 from 100. Alien Al immediately apologising because love. Let's have a look at the Fish. Fish hitting Horn Dog. I can't even say the word.
Fish Dog. Dog Fish.
Fish Dog is happening. And there you see it. They almost merged. And a dog just barked. It was like he knew. 2 points picked up by New World Order in that last period of play. Takes their score to 112. SDRD on 197. Official review has been called. I believe first official review of the game. Which just shows how hard these two teams are working and also how aware of the penalties. Oh, no, sorry, the rules, not the penalties. But maybe the penalties as well. We all should be aware of them. The rules and the penalties.
So we will, of course, bring you the information of this official review while we get it. But as you can see, our wonderful crowd have just been giving love, props and admiration to our wonderful referee crew, non-skating official crew and volunteer crew who have been making this event run like beautiful, smooth, hot, buttered, buttery garlic sauce that you would dip dough balls into.
Cherry, please.
Ooh,
this is not the food channel. And of course, without our officials, we'd simply be skating around in circles.
I'd be very lonely.
It would be a sad place to be.
It would.
I'd feel sad.
Oh.
So official review has now turned into official huddle.
Oh.
Not to be confused with cuddle. That comes later at the after party. Very animated chats from bench coaches and captains here. You can see both having individual chats with their teamies. And there's our officials.
What are they talking about?
What are they talking about me?
I hope so.
That was kind of the accent that was the intimation that you gave then, Cherry, that they might have been having words about you.
They're probably like, oh, we can't concentrate because that fabulous announcer's just so fabulous.
Not sure how they're hearing this. They must have time travelling powers, but
they've
whatever.
got eyes, B. Come on.
Yes. So official review is ongoing. SDRD now with a very clear lead that will be pretty much insurmountable. And not even pretty much insurmountable. It is insurmountable.
Just a fact, Pooh.
Not being rude. We're going to get the update from our official and be right back to you.
All right, so B will bring you that information in just a second as soon as she's got it. Looks like we will be getting underway with this jam as soon as possible, but we can see Jam Master J for SDRD is stood in the Sisu penalty box. We've got Rufio on the jam line, all lonely, singular Rufio on the jammer line. We do have one of New World Order sat down in the C2 penalty box as well. So SDRD do have the pack advantage to hold off Rufio in this power jam situation. We've got Chronic and we've got Lee at the front of the pack, but Rufio uses those slinky hips and gets around, grabs lead jammer as Jam Master J has been released from the penalty box.
So just to update you there, SDRD were looking for an illegal contact to be issued to a blocker in that last period of play from New World Order. During the course of discussions, it actually became apparent that it was SDRD's jammer who was required to serve a penalty.
However, now we see Rufio going to the penalty box now. He will be sitting for the full 30 seconds because Jam Master J had already been released from the penalty box. One of New World Order is also going to the box, so Jam Master J has the pack advantage and the jammer advantage. SDRD, I think, are going to do some damage now in this final couple of minutes.
Well, they can do as much damage as they like, Cherry, as they are already in that winning position. We do see Rufio standing in the penalty box. Less than a minute of this jam to go. Jam Master J reaches the 2-wall up front. Shrooms, last line of defense, but he runs out of space, has to let him go. And Rufio coming around that track. Beautiful spin to stay in bounds. Picking up points for New World Order.
Chronic going to the C2 penalty box. We now have 3 blockers for SDRD. So Bruce the pivot is your only help out there, Jam Master J.
And that was some fantastic work by New World Order to just envelop the jammer from SDRD and force that rollback, which allowed Rufio passage. Not once, but twice that tactic was used so well. The penalty box, though, now clearing in favour of SDRD and more support coming towards their jammer's way.
Nice hit there from Bruce, but unfortunately the power he put into Rufio did mean he went down. Rufio saw this jump back on the track. Nice clever work there from Rufio. Let's have a look.
Let's have a look at some Jam Master versus Shrooms here. There you can see it. Shrooms one-on-one with Jam Master. Jam Master with that little spin, just able to free himself up. Well, 18 points picked up by New World Order in that jam. I believe one of the highest scoring jams for New World Order in this game. 14 points for SDRD. And it's 1-3-0, plays 2-1-1.
And we may well be treating ourselves to the last jam of this game. We've got Shank and Scrimley up against each other once more, but there can only be one lead.
And that goes to Scrimley as Shanks picks up a cut track penalty. So power jam potentially to end this game for New World Order.
Yeah, so as you've already said, B, SDRD have that gold medal in their pocket, in their rucksack. They're taking it home with them. And I always love it when the team who don't win the last jam.
Yeah, me too. Scrimley knocked outside, recycled back behind Illbilly. Comes in to run the gauntlet once again, calls the jam from the mix. So do we actually get to see another jam, Cherry?
I think we do, and we could see bench coach Steve literally herding his flock onto the track going, come on, it's not the end.
He's like a little shepherd. 5 points picked up by New World Order in that last period of play. 1-3-5, plays 2-1-1.
And what was pretty cute before that last jam started, I don't know if you saw it, Alien Al on the track, giving some hugs over to his SDRD/Team England buddies there. As I said, we've got a few retirements coming up, and I think the tears are going to start flowing quite soon. I'm a massive emo, so I'll probably just cry as well.
Probably, but that's just for life. Lieutenant Dan looking to grab that lead jammer status. Wall of black from SDRD preventing it though. Support from Bosch, but here running up the infield, Shank McCoy released from the penalty box, but Lieutenant Dan grabs that lead jammer. And Shank's chasing him down.
Yeah, wonderful explosive play there from Shank, absolutely bombing it around this track.
And Lieutenant Dan calling off that jam to bring this game to its exciting and final conclusion. Cherry.
Oh my gosh, this game has been absolutely amazing. So we see Manchester's New World Order with 135 points, but your winners, Southern Discomfort Roller Derby with 211 points. Excuse me, I'm ever so horsey. As I said, we do have quite a few people who are having their last game today. Apologies if I get this wrong or I've missed someone out. We've got Steve for Southern Discomfort. He's the last one of coaching with them. We have Al, I believe, Mai and Omar from New World Order hanging up their New World Order skates. And they've all been with their respective teams quite a long time, so it's really quite a bit sad, but lovely at the same time.
Well, and it was a great game to end the Men's European Cup 2018 on. We are going to go into the medal ceremony in just one moment.
Yeah, so we'll be having a medal ceremony, so there'll be no interviews. There'll be none of me going, did you have a nice game? Are you going to win the after party? Could you please not swear? And all those type of things. I just hit my head there. So we will be passing over to, as you said, be the medal ceremony.
Yeah, and our gorgeous colleagues in just one moment. But for now, I've been the lovely Beatrix.
I've been very Terry. We've been produced by the wonderful Riggs. Massive shout out to Roller Derby City, to Sisu, to Tyne and Fear and Newcastle for bringing this event to you. You don't know all the work they've gone to. It's been absolutely wonderful. And I have been absolutely blessed to bring this game to you, so thank you.